Hello and welcome back to me playing Dark Souls 2. Welcome everyone. Now this is a bit awkward because you might not say for the time being, but believe me, I'm actually doing this in post-commentary. Well, why wouldn't you believe me? Why would I lie about this? You cannot even hear the controller right now. I mean, the controller is right here. I'm not doing anything to it. The reason behind it is because when I was recording these videos, I felt really grumpy. Like, I'm not even kidding, I was really badly grumpy. I don't know why that happened, I just didn't feel like playing back then. It was like 1 week ago. And therefore I was like forced to perhaps, you know, do something of this instead. Or rather, I checked the audio that I recorded now, oh my god. You'll see by the plays that I do some stupid plays. Anyway, we're in Dragon Eyrie. In Dragon Eyrie, there is a bunch of drakes, like the ones that we killed as a boss before. Not only that, there is also a bunch of loot. There is some rare loot, everything respawns because it's nothing in iron chests, only iron chests do not respawn with ascetics. So if you want upgrade materials, Dragon Eyrie is possibly one of the ways to get upgrade materials. For Twinkling Titanite, maybe not as much. I feel like Twinkling Titanite is better in Shrine of Mana, the first part, where there is like a couple of archdrakes which can drop it. But other than that, I feel like this is actually a reasonable place to farm for chunks, shards, large shards, slabs, bolt stones, and all that nonsense that you're gonna see me pick up. There is a bunch of lore to be done, needless to say. So I'll try to read as fast as I did when I recorded the first episode. First and foremost is the Dragon Tooth, Weapon of Havel. How long until I figure out where it is? It's right over there, you moron! It's between the Maze of the There we go. A giant dragon tooth used as a great hammer, as solid as a boulder. This tooth is said to be taken from a dragon, but the truth of this claim is unclear. What is certain is that it bears some mystical power, and its wielder gains resistance to magic and fire. Yeah, it might be Havel's weapon, it might not be Havel's weapon. It's not defined in the game. If I remember correctly, I missed this lizard, or do I actually managed to kill him. Good. But it's not decided whether or not that Dragon Tooth is Havel's. The resemblance is, of course, that one. It has the same stats and all that, but at the same time, keeping in mind, Dragon Tooth from Havel was a unique weapon to him, like him and his generation and family. I was actually here a bit confused because I was here hearing the tingling noise of the crystal lizard, and I thought maybe there is another one, but no, it actually was the dead body of the lizard that decided to tingle on me. That lizard was tingling so hard, guys. It was tingling. Anyway, how long before I realize where I have to go? I think I was actually mentioning that you cannot really get that lost in this place. There is a total of 4 islands. The one that we were on, first and foremost, this guy is gonna... Yep. Happens every time, guys. It happens every time. I never learn to not loot that thing, and then it happens. Such things happen, what can I say? So yeah, exploding buttholes here are corrosive. They do not do damage, they do push you, and they break your equipment. And my second dragon ring was destroyed, and I was figuring out which ring to wear, and I settled for the old sun ring just to showcase it a bit. The old sun ring is actually very interesting because I've learned only in this episode, when I recorded it, that it doesn't do explosions up to the damage you take. It does explosions up to the poise damage you take. So if someone were to cast force on you, which does absolutely no damage but it does a staggering amount of poise damage, the old sun ring would explode. So yeah, it is a viable counter for force, if not else. But it is also worth mentioning that every time you get to explode the ring, the equipment breaks a tiny little bit. Not permanently, of course, just like any other equipment in the game. Petrified Dragon Bone. It's also important to mention, the eggs in this area have a cause and effect if you destroy them. If you destroy them, the last bridge of the area that takes you to the Dragon Shrine will be collapsed sooner by a dragon. One of the dragons will fly by, no matter what, and... actually managed to get that. I think the other one I did not. One of the dragons will fly by eventually, and that timer is always present. But the less eggs you destroy, the more time you have. if you destroy all the eggs, it's almost instantaneous. You cannot even pass through the last bridge and you die. And at that point, you have to return from the bonfire all the way there, destroy less eggs. Resting at the bonfire respawns the eggs. It's not loading screens that respawns the eggs. This dragon just didn't want to wake up. This guy was like, dude, I'm sleeping. Can you please not? So I was like, fine, I'll great combust your ass. Or neck. Or tail. Or whatever it was. And it did an astonishing amount, surprising amount of damage considering they're still, you know, fire-breathing animals. So I was like, wow, that's interesting. Now this is, if I remember correctly, is going to be one of the most pitiful fights. There we go. That was purely out of place damage, and you'll see why I learned that today. So yeah, this is actually a very pitiful fight. What was I doing? Why was I so greedy? What? You don't get to be greedy. If you see it raise its leg, go to the other one and attack it there twice. No, I did again a mistake. I did it twice. If he actually stomped with the right leg, I would have probably, or rather the left leg, right as in right from wrong, but left as in left leg, I would have been hit. And here I was surprised to discover that they actually can take flight. I did not know that. I totally did not expect it. It never happened to me before, so I was rather surprised. Usually they stay on the ground, as long as you don't do something stupid, but they do use their fire. A couple of slashes here and there. I'm not sure whether these dragons are actually tankier than the boss from before. I feel like they might be tankier. I have this funny feeling that they might be, but it might just be me. Some things that are important to mention. You get the Ancient Feather here because it works as a permanent homeward bone. The reason behind this is because there is several locations where you can drop down a ledge and you can never return back up. Probably that is the reason behind its usefulness. Like in Dragon Area you can do a lot of exploration. I was checking the... I don't even want to comment on that. I was checking the durability. I didn't want him to explode. It looks like I wanted him to explode. I did not. I was like, oh yeah, this guy's here. But I apparently rolled in time. I actually rolled in time, which is astonishing to say the least. I left that lizard alone and decided to do a jump attack. It's not a plunging attack. I just jumped and got nommed hard here. I don't think I die in the area. I don't think I die by the dragons. I might be wrong though. The dragons, by the way, are absolutely optional. You can run past them. It doesn't matter. He clipped me there, and you saw that. That was bullshit from range. My god. Oh, good. Hey! Past Lauron, you're starting to learn how to do it. Attack a couple of times, don't get out of stamina, don't be greedy like an idiot. You're fine. Attack. Couple more times. No, that's piece poor stamina management. That was even worse. Ugh. Trying to ask this girl. That was me literally face palming so hard on. Oh my god. What was I doing? What was I doing? By the way, recordings will be resuming shortly. I haven't recorded anything past this episode. I took a tiny little bit of a break, then resumed after finding another interesting build that I would do for PvP, which I'm probably gonna showcase after the Let's Play is over. The dragon destroyed his eggs. Monster! How dare you! Dragon Charm. And yeah. This takes you to the last island, which we were on before, actually. The one exploding butthole that destroyed the second dragon ring was there. There's two zip lines, one that takes you to the island, one that takes you away from the island. The one that takes you away from the island takes you to the initial island where there was the bonfire, and this ladder actually opens up the shortcut. And this one takes me back. You see that small island over there? You can actually drop straight after the bridge by pressing the circle button or your equivalent for your controller, and you will fall straight on it, and there is a soul of a great hero which is worth 20,000 souls, so it might be worth it sometimes. I'm not sure. It's up to you to decide whether you want to lose a couple of seconds of time for 20,000 souls or not. I wasn't rolling here for the second purpose of seeing if maybe I destroyed enough eggs to spawn the dragon that destroys the bridge. I did not. So I was fast enough. Where are you? What are you? Past Lauron. What the hell are you doing? There's a bonfire. The bonfire! Take the bonfire! God damn it! God damn it! What a waste of time. Alright, so Dragon Shrine is... you might notice some resemblance in both architecture and enemy style with Hyde or Hade. These are the Drake Keepers. Not the Archdrakes, these are the Drake Keepers. And if I remember correctly, one of these guys should wreck my shit. Not this guy, maybe the second one of the ones with the sword and shield. But they're gonna wreck my shit. I don't know, I just feel like they have an astonishing similarity to the Old Knights of Hate. I might be weird for thinking that, but I have the feeling that it might be true. I need to check a bit closer both armored kinds and give a good comparison, but considering the origin of the Dragon Shrine and what it symbolizes, you know? I'm changing here equipment to possibly get something from the Drake Keepers equipment for lore purpose, even if they don't give you a lot of lore behind it. The first contraption here is going to indeed open up a shortcut, or rather not a shortcut, but a treasure chest that contains the Judgment set, which is, of course, the set from that guy, and the Stuff of Wisdom. This is the one stuff that is the best for mages, by the way. It's not the other two stuffs, the Olin Ford and the Sunset stuff. It's the Stuff of Wisdom, which is the best stuff for sorcery specifically. By far, actually. Holy cow. And any time now for any description? Oh yeah, I'm showing casting time. It's better even for the staff. The Judgment set. Let's read. No? What? There we go. Robe honoring an ancient goddess, sin was said to be her domain, but the name of this goddess is long forgotten. Little is known about what purpose the robe served, only that it was worn by a person of great authority. Yes. Well, it might have been someone like Cromwell that was here, positioned here. Or it might have been actually a temple dedicated to Velka first, the Dragon Shrine. I'm not sure. It is actually kind of a loop concept that I haven't thought through out, but the armor is there, that is the important part. This here is a lady priest. This is a Dranglake priestess. You remember the description of the priest robes? That they said they wore different clothing, and that is exactly it, actually. The priestess wears different clothing from the male, but the description, I don't think, gives you much more clues. It only just repeats the fact, and this guy just wrecked me. Look at this. He just wrecked me! But yeah, the priestess robe does not give you any clues on more lore. It just says that King Vendrick was skipping the priesthood rather at a close check, just like the priest robes, I believe. And here is my findings. Kaboom! See how little damage I took, but I got staggered, and the ring exploded actually. So there was actually that interesting little thing there of information that I've learned. Now look closely, there is a wooden chest, and I want to keep it intact, because it contains, I believe, like a single Titanite chunk or something. BAM! See you later, chest! The aim was true for that guy, it was really true. But yeah, if you destroy a wooden chest, you get rubbish instead. But I think it was like either a Titanite chunk or a Twinkling Titanite of some sort. So there is that. Now, if I'm not mistaken, we're gonna read some lore very soon about the Drake Keepers. In this chest, you get, in fact, the Drake Keeper Great Shield and the Drake Keeper Axe, I think? Great Axe, alright. Read the description, girl. Do it. Yeah, yeah, there we go. An extremely sturdy pitch-black great axe. Colossal warrior staunchly watched over the shrine, ready to defend its residents or allow one worthy enough to be granted audience. Worthy enough to be granted audience, so they probably did not attack them. An extremely sturdy pitch-black great shield, colossal warrior strode, blah 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 blah. It's the same, Lauron, it's the same. It is possibly the best Great Shield in the game. The Drake Keeper Great Shield might possibly be the best, considering weight and all that. And took you long enough to realize that you cannot hit him from there, huh? It's fine. It's fine, he's poisoned! And if I'm not mistaken, it won't matter at all at the end of the day. You'll see why soon enough. Proceeding on, we're going to actually encounter some of the dickier enemies in the game. This Drake Keeper is the last one with the shield. The Drake Keeper shield, the normal one that they drop, is possibly one of the best medium shields in the game. It has incredibly high resistances to all and physical 100%. It weighs 6, so it is kind of average shield-wise in this game anyway. I get a Dragon Charm, nothing too fanciful. And that is the door that leads on to the, well, area conclusion. But first we want to drop down here. And here, as you can see by the bloodstains, so yes indeed, it's Mimic time. Try hitting them in one swoop and then hurrah for weapon. It is indeed true. Well, this Mimic did not last long, did he? Washing Pole and Petrified Dragon Bone. The Washing Pole. Ho-ho. Where is it? There it is. A katana of unknown origin, crafted with peculiar yet refined technique, and the extremely long blade allows for strikes from great distance, but its construction makes it extremely fragile. This is the ICBM of the game, like literally. In multiplayer, this weapon will hit you 2 kilometers away. It's silly, it is incredibly silly, it is stupidly silly. And considering it's in a Mimic, you can actually ascetic farm it, so you can actually dual wield it, I suppose, like I am right now in power stance with a longsword. I personally don't think it's a good weapon. It doesn't do a lot of damage. It is long. Its durability is 20, for the love of God, 20. And here, just to showcase, I think the Manslayer is better, a better option. The Berserker Blade even better, if you ask me. Sure, they don't have the range, but it's not all about the range. Or maybe it is. In this chest, we're gonna find a slab, I think? Yeah, I remembered right. That's nice. And next up is the pickaxe hammer, great giant lord faggot shit asshole. And I apologize for the root dog, but this guy is a motherfucking asshole and I hate him a lot. See that shield? That shield is the Great Shield of Glory. It is not owned by the Drake Keepers. It is owned by Sir Cyan, or Sin, or whatever the guy is named. You know, that guy that the knights in Drangleic Castle wear their armor off. And it's exactly the same shield as the statues in the fortress in the Forest of Fallen Giants. It is the same shield. So this is what it leads me to believe, that those two statues aren't King Vendrick, but are rather Cyan, or Cyan, the guy that possibly got butchered in a most dishonorable way by the giants, perhaps, I don't know, maybe by Oldia, I don't know. And here, well, other than the fact that we get invaded by Dragonfang Villard, we got also the third Dragon Ring, and third Dragon Ring, indeed, is better than second Dragon Ring. They have the same description, it's just better in every way. So, good night, sweet prince, we're down forever with this old Sun Ring. And as we go up here, we're gonna meet and fight Dragonfang, the Dragonfang Villard. It is important to notice, I'm gonna use now a rusted coin to see if it works together with equipped fine gear, but look closely. I use it. It doesn't give me any sound effect or visual effect. Without the covetous gold serpent ring, I think it does. So it is actually, I think, important to notice. I don't think that the coins... Oh my god, he hit me so well there. But I do a bunch of damage. So I do believe that it does not work together with the covetous gold serpent ring. The rusted coin do not stack. The effects don't stack. But apparently, according to the wiki, the effects of the rusted gold coin, or rather rusted coin, are 1% better luck and equipment finding. So it's not that huge as effect as a covetous gold serpent ring for sure. This finishes off the Dragon Fang. Sadly, he drops nothing, and here we find the petrified dragon bone, dragon egg, petrified egg. God damn it! Ah! All right. Time for descriptions. It's right over there. No. Yes, there it is. A large petrified egg surely bears no life. Eggs are vessels that harbor life itself and symbolize the deepest secrets of existence. But what does a petrified egg harbor? A dragon? Now I'm gonna return down to show you something that I forgot to show earlier. And if you remember the Shrine of Winter and its mural paintings or sculptures, you might recognize this. It is the same thing. It's the same image of a dragon watching over people. And close to a person is something that resembles a kid, but I'm gonna actually use my binocs to show you something. I have the feeling like that is not a kid actually. There is some speculation that that might be actually the Emerald Herald, but I have my doubts actually. And I'm gonna show you right now. One moment. No, wrong item. There we go. There is a dragon, the ancient dragon, with a couple of drakes on the side, and there is the prophet, which could be Aldi or Vendrick or someone else, of course. And then there is a little child. I don't know, I might be crazy, but that little child looks more like an old woman to me. Although it is true that both eyes are looking to be covered with hair. Just like Emerald Herald has one of her eyes covered with hair. I don't know, I have the feeling like that is more something resembling to the old lady from the intro cinematic. I'm not saying that the old lady is the Emerald Herald, that is ridiculous to think even. I don't think so, no. I feel like that is just a tiny lady or someone depicted in distance. Have you thought of that? Look at this difference in sizes among people. Another thing that is worth mentioning, you can see actually the egg also on the sculpture. This same sculpture appears in the trailer of the Crown of the Sunken King, so that might be something to look at. That might be something to look at indeed. And up here, we're gonna find some loot. Oh yes, we are. This is actually a shield that was designed by players. The Watch Dragon Parma, and Han Solo invades me. Dark Spirit Han Solo, and I'm like, haha, I'm ready for this shit. Let's cut here a bit. I should have gone down there to help him out. But I think at this point he sees me. He's like, ah, there he is. And I'm like, pumped up! It's important to notice he's using the Grand Lance, a weapon that we're actually gonna get in the next episode. In all likelihood. It is actually a really good weapon. I actually want to use it in PvP once because it has an astonishing amount of damage, both poise, and it has the best counter attack in the game. So together with the old Leo ring, it could be very, very lethal. I'm like, praise the sun, friend! And I was like, alright, let's do this. Let's get pumped up. And then we're getting ready. And he's gonna wreck me. Spoiler, but there is... What? I don't think I was trying to actually poise break him there. Just look at that. By the way, the audio. Look at that damage. That was beautiful. He has a nice set of armor, I suppose. Vanguard boots, Jester top, and the Explorer headgear. But the damage was astonishing, first and foremost. Secondly, notice that the audio decreased when he was actually attacking me. I don't know why that happens, but the audio decreases. I know that there is a way to not make it happen, and I might do that. But that is neither here nor there. Let's get back there, shall we? I actually don't think I read the description of the shield that I got here. The Watch Dragon Parma, which looks amazing, by the way. But that's neither here nor there. We're actually gonna drop down here for another iron chest, and this iron chest is going to contain a spell that is very, very tied up with someone in the first game. Crystal Magic Weapon. A spell made by Logan in the first game. Am I even gonna read the description? Am I even gonna bother? No, I just run away. Not care about those two Drake Keepers and onwards, I guess. Okay. Good job, Lauron. Your skills of lore telling are bad. They're bad. Two ultra great sword, Drake Keepers. They are actually quite pesky because you have to fight them at once. So I just suggest you to poison one and then fight him alone if the other one retreats or something like that. Either way, they're not that the poison here comes much in handy. The poison in this area is absolutely important, I feel. Like, it's the easiest way to take care of these enemies, for sure. He drops something. It is indeed the Drake Keeper armor. Will I read its description? Fuck if I know. Apparently I won't. Apparently I'm like, who cares about the description? But if you look closely at the towers up there, you'll notice a striking resemblance with the Tower of Flame. I don't know. Not the Tower of Flame specifically, but the cathedral in Hate is the name. Or I might be just crazy. Either way. It is important to notice that this area finishes off with a boss, which is optional. You just need to reach the boss to get both the achievement and the one item that get. Oh, Gigantic's helmet! Something dark indeed eats away at the Drake Keepers, eternal guardians of the shrine. Dark indeed, huh? Same description for the Drake Keeper armor. Those are again some dragon fangs, like Villard is, only they're, I don't know, they could be definable as stronger or weaker, depending on you. They have a chance to drop their amazing shields, by the way. They also, it looks actually quite cool too. Their armor is gotten through leveling up with the Dragon Remnants Covenant, which you can join by talking to Magarold in Ironkeep. Oh my god, he just totally was destroying me there. By talking to Magarold in Ironkeep after you get the petrified egg that we just got in Dragon Shrine. Then you can join the Dragon Bros, and then you can fight honorably with Summoning Science. Although it has been up to debate whether how much they are honorable or not. Anyway, the point I'm trying to get is that if you want their armor, their light and quite protective armor, you want to rank up to maximum rank. So I believe 30. Maybe 50 dragon scales. I think it's 30. Don't hold me accounted for that if I'm wrong, but I think it's 30 dragon scales for all that. And these guys, the dragon fangs in the shrine here, actually drop the dragon scales. And now, let's do this the other way. Yes, those are two assholes with the big shields, and yes, this is another dragon fang, and boy oh boy, that's a big thing over there. It is indeed the ancient dragon that we saw earlier. Yeah. Fight me, bro. Oh my god, I'm creepy as fuck. And I believe that is exactly what I said in my first commentary there. So I decided to use my human effigy before talking to the dragon. The murk shifts and stirs. Yet another stands before us. Then so be it. For the curse of life is the curse of want. And so you peer into the fog in hope of answers. Ashen Mistheart. And that's it! Notice the appearance of this dragon. Well, first let's read the description of the Ashen Mistheart, which is, by the way, under the keys. Yeah, there it is. Manifestation of ashen mist received from the ancient dragon. The magic of this ancient dragon allows one to delve into the memories of the withered. And it might be actually tied with the DLC that we're about to get. Amongst other things. Okay, so Ancient Dragon Bro, notice him. Notice that the dragons in the intro of the first game, the Everlasting Dragons, were fairly hairy dudes. This one isn't. This one is actually lacking several hair, as if he was undead. Well, knowing what kind of experiments Aldia was living, I believe that he was seeking with Vendrick the source of eternal life, the source to break the curse through the blood of the ancient dragons, and the giants apparently were related to them somehow. I'm not saying, but the Iron Golem and the golems in this game resemble, and you know that the Iron Golem was built by the ancient dragon Bone in the first game. Yeah! Let's return back to Majula. We have a couple of things to settle now. We have the Crushed Eye Orb here, which helps you invade the world of the Traitor. And we're gonna invade this world of the Traitor, and we're gonna fail miserably. Now I'm trying to figure out which ring I should wear instead of the Covetous Gold Serpent ring, and I settle actually for the very bad, very bad ring that is the Old Sun ring that you should never wear against this particular enemy. And we're gonna fight it, and I was like, we're gonna manage. I'm sure we're gonna manage. I'm gonna put my Murakumo on, and we're gonna out-DPS this person, out-DPS this person, and we're gonna win this fight, and it's gonna be an easy pickings, you know? What a fool I was. To quote Vanguard, what a fool I was. Of course it's Lycia, the betrayer. Hello, Lycia. Hello?
You've had quite a journey, I can see.
Of course.
You must have a glorious number of souls by now.
Well, not to brag, but it's true.
What a wonderful feeling that must be.
Well, I don't feel any special, to be completely honest, but anyway.
No need for the gods.
Anyway, I'm just gonna invade you now, if you'll excuse me. What I was looking at, I don't know. I think it was Soul Memory that I was looking at, but it is actually the 4 old souls that triggered that dialogue with her. Let's use this, shall we? And sure enough...
Curses. Puzzled me out, have you? At least now I can finish you off, guilt-free.
15 minutes later... And finally I decide that I cannot take her down. Oh my god! I just was constantly eyeing the clock. It was literally 15 minutes of tiring, boring, horrible fight. Holy shit. And be grateful I'm cutting that out for you. Anyway, after a bit of revision, here we go again. I don't even know if actually buffs carry over in an invasion. That is something that I absolutely don't know, and I wouldn't be surprised if they don't. But this time around, I've armed myself with Toxic Mist. Let's see how this works out for us. It's important to notice that she uses some of the highest level miracles in the game. Blinding Bolt, which requires 65 faith, and Wrath of Gods, which absolutely is stupid silly. As you can see, Toxic Mist does its job very well. It does 15 damage per tick. And it's a bunch of damage, considering, look at that amount of health. She has like 5,000 health. I was expecting that attack, and now the fun begins. And by fun, I mean the butchering of Lycia of Lindholt. Sadly, I missed there. She gets the chance to heal up, but I swear on myself from now onward that I will never miss, and that my hits shall aim true and seek the Perpetuator. And she dies. She dies! Yeah, well, what is it? What is it? You can't, I don't even... I swear to God, I was checking the video, or rather the previous fight, and I used my R2 with the Murakumo to hand it, which throws her down and knocks her on the ground and takes care of her for a couple of seconds, and I was like, dude, you did it 4 times in the whole fight, and you couldn't understand that you could just cheese her to death. It's not like it's a real player, no. Dress worn by miracle casting clerics belong to Lycia of Linald. While it's true Lycia dedicated herself to miracles, it's rare for anyone to pass through life without trouble. Even clerics aren't always what they seem. Pointing out that Lycia might have become a cleric to run from her past life. The trousers look silly. The armor in general doesn't look that bad. Might be better looking on males, for the second purpose of looking like Jesus. The black hood looks quite cool, but as you can see, it's basically the opposite. There are the two opposites. One requires intelligence, one requires faith. There is a hexer set that is given to you by Navlan, called the Chaos set. Now, if I'm not mistaken, and I might be mistaken, this video is going to be very, very briefly ending. Not before I leveled up. What else is important to mention? That I forgot to go to the Queen, and I will go to the Queen next episode, because she has some important pieces of lore about the dragons, of course. Other than that, our current situation leads us to go to the Forest of Fallen Giants. There we... Not go, because I went to the wrong bonfire. There it is. Anyway, I think I'm gonna cut this short now. Thanks everybody for watching this video. This wreck of a video. Post-recording, of course. We're gonna do some interesting exploration of this place. And until next time... Be well. Bye!